Good morning, everybody. How are you today? It is Thursday, March the 25th, apparently. We're nearly in April, and welcome to Get Moving. I'm sure you know, Get Moving is all about helping people with mobility issues to have some good, solid exercise. It doesn't matter how injured, infirm, whatever you think you are, you can still get some moving going. You can still get stronger. You can still move better. Genuinely, you can do it. It may be difficult. I ain't going to say it's going to be easy, but we can improve on things. And we're going to be here to help. Today, everybody will need your resistance band and your ball. Okay, so you've got 30 seconds now while I witcher away nicely to go grab your resistance band and the ball. Okay, so go scoot and get it right now. So my name is Karen, and I'm here as always with Get Moving. Many of us, if we have mobility issues, or if you have a disability, maybe a chronic medical condition, anything like that, anything that stops us from moving as well as we hope, just because we sometimes think we can't exercise properly or often, and this is terrible to say, but it's unfortunately true. Sometimes if we're told we're not suitable to exercise, or we're too weak or we're too ill to be able to move around, bullshit to that, I gotta say, I'm so sorry, but there are ways that we can, every single one of us can improve ourselves. We have to adapt things, yes. It might not be as easy as other times, yes, but we can do it. And often, one of the most important ways we can do it, one of the best ways we can improve on it rather, is by thinking things through. Don't just accept things as they are. We have fantastic problem-solving things up in our head here. Let's use our brain and think our way through these issues, these problems that we may be facing. Because we can do it. We can. So it is Thinking Thursday. And on Thinking Thursday, we do the exercise. We go through the motions. We do the movements. But we also think about what we're doing, think about why we're doing it, and experiment and find ways to make things work better for us personally. Because obviously, every single one of you out there, we are all unique. We all have our unique limitations and stuff, strengths and weaknesses. But if we can plan, if we can think our way through these exercises, we can find ways to make the exercises work for us better, and as a result, make us better. And that's what we do every Thinking Thursday. So don't forget, everyone's going to need your resistance band and the ball. All the exercises we're going to do now, they're suitable for people who are seated and standing. We've got all the variations all the way through. But we're going to do them all twice. Okay? Got my timer set for 20 seconds. We're going to do every exercise. Well, we're going to do an exercise for 20 seconds. Then we're going to think about how we can improve on it. We're going to experiment. We're going to do a second time for 20 seconds. But we're going to make something a little bit different. We can either, and this will be up to you. You decide, okay? We can make we can change the speed, so we can go faster or slower. We can change the size of the movement. We can make it bigger or smaller. Or we can change the complexity of the movement. We can make it more complicated or simpler. Now, all those options will make exercises, well, easier, harder, more or less appropriate. They're going to change things in some way. And they might change it for the better, might change it for the worse. It all depends on the person, depends on the exercise, depends on the variable. But we're going to give it a go. And we're going to find out what works for us personally. Because what works for me may not necessarily work for you. May not necessarily work for the person next to you. But I don't care. I'm interested in ourselves. And you should be interested in yourself. So experiment, change the size, the speeds, the complexity, and then figure out what makes it work for us personally. And then high fives, thumbs up, and away we go. Okay. I'll take my hat off. Let's get started. Excuse me. So what have we got first of all then? We've got marching on the spot, of course. Why do I need to look at my board? I've done this a million times. Very short-term memory, what can I say? Marching on the spot. If you are seated, you're going to sit tall, obviously, and march your legs up and down like so. Nice and simple to start off with. It just gets the hips moving, gets the joints moving, gets the blood pumping a little bit. So nice, easy marches if you're seated. And if you're standing, nice, easy marches like so. Okay? 20 seconds worth. We're going to think, we're going to experiment, we're going to see how things are with us. And then we're going to change something and we're going to do it again. Because as we always know, second time was always better than the first. Okay? So, marching. Are you ready? In 3, 2, 1, off we go. Marching on the spot, getting our legs, our knees up. Whether we're seated, whether we're standing, it's the same thing. Marching away, getting your legs moving, if you can. Get your arms moving as well. Assess yourself. Figure out what is easy, what is hard about it, what is your limiting factor. Okay, that's our time. So now we're going to change something. We're going to either go faster or slower, or make it a bigger or smaller move, or make it a more complicated or simpler move. You decide which. Now I've written down my board here. I'm going to make a more complicated move personally. I'm going to do side steps. With my marching, I'm going to do side steps. I'm going to make it more complicated. You decide what you're going to do. We're going to do it again in 3, 2, 1. Off we go. So marching on the spot, and I'm complicating the move by doing a side step one way, and I'm doing a side step the other way. Now, this is going to get our balance a little bit more because we're shifting our balance around. So that's going to make it a little bit tougher in the balance frame of mind. And that's our time. So you decide what you're going to do differently for all these exercises and experiment. We think about it. We find out what works for us. Okay? And we're going to follow that format through all the exercises today. So moving on to our next one now. Shoulder rolls. Seated, standing, same thing. Doesn't matter. Rolling our shoulders back, or if we can, rolling our arms back. Okay? Experiment time first. Well, benchmark setting time first of all, rather. In 3, 2, 1, off we go. So roll our shoulders, or if we can, roll our arms. Now you figure out how easy, how hard this is for you. What are your strengths? What are your weaknesses? What are your limitations when it comes to this move? Because we're all unique. They're going to be different from other people's. Okay, one last roll. Okay. Now, how are we going to make it different? Me, what am I going to do? Oh yeah, I'm going to make it more complicated by going there and back. You might make it bigger or smaller. You might make it faster or slower. Or you might make it simpler or more complicated. Doesn't matter. You decide, you figure it out, experiment, and find out for yourself. In 3, 2, 1, off we go. So I'm going to do a there and back. So I'm just going to make it, I suppose, technically a slightly smaller move. I'm not doing the full range up and down, but I am still making a big move behind me. And I am changing the direction. So I am changing the complexity a bit. And time. Now, what happened there was because I stayed in the difficult part for the whole time, that was actually harder. That was interesting. I liked that. Finding the stuff out, giving it a go, experimenting, and finding out what works for us. Okay, what's next? Knee bends. Simple. Okay. If we're seated, sit tall. Kicking our feet out and bending and straightening our knees, like so. Nice and simple, but we're working on strong leg muscles at the front there, good range of motion in the joints there. A big move if we can. If we're standing, we're going to be bending our knees, kicking the heels back towards our bum. 20 seconds worth in 3, 2, 1. Off we go. Kicking away nicely. You assess how you're doing and adapt. Change. You're going to experiment on round 2. You're going to change something and see how that works for you. Does it make it easier, harder, better, worse, whatever? We find out through experimenting. There we go. Time. I am giving you permission to give it a try. Okay, so I've always done this when standing. So seated. Change I'm going to do now is I'm going to change the speed slightly by kicking it out and holding it there. I'm going to be tensing up the muscles in my legs. I'm going to hold it there for a chunk of seconds. I'm going to change the speed of this while sat down. Okay? You change something in 3, 2, 1. Off you go. So I am kicking out and I'm using my muscles in the front of the thigh there. And I am locking it tight. Strong muscles in the front of the thigh there. I'm holding it there. I can feel it burning in the front there, which is a good thing. Hopefully you can feel the same or similar kind of thing with whatever you're doing. And That's our time. Nicely done. Okay then, different exercise. We've been doing this one so far this week. So everybody sit down on a chair. Everybody. Even if you can stand, sit yourself down. The exercise we're going to be doing, it's the knee pull-off. We've been doing this so far this week. Elbows straight. You're going to have to kind of at least sit tall, maybe lean forwards a touch. It kind of depends, but not leaning back. So sit tall, your elbows straight. We're going to twist our body and push our hands hard into the inside of our knee, inside of the thigh there. And as we twist the chest around, you should hopefully feel your stomach muscles working. Now we're going to do the first 20 seconds in one direction and the second 20 seconds in the other direction. So we're just going to do those 2 rounds, okay? So we won't be repeating the same side, okay? 20 seconds, twisting in one direction, elbows straight, in 3, 2, 1, off we go. Twisting, pushing hard into the inside of the thigh there, and make sure you breathe. It's a very common thing for people to want to hold their breath. Don't do that, you explode. I've seen it happen. It was in a documentary, Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. They blew up, exploded, but make sure you breathe and relax. Okay, same thing other side. So we're going to twist, we're going to push hard into the inside of the knee, get the whole body round, and you should hopefully feel your stomach muscles around here working. Are you ready? 20 seconds in 3, 2, 1, off we go. Twist, breathing, think about what you're doing, think about how we can make the stomach muscles work as much as possible. Breathe, don't explode. I showed someone a video of it the other day. Whoa, it was not nice. Police almost came round. They didn't in the end, but they almost did. Twisting and breathing and relaxing. Time. Well done. So fingers crossed you felt that around the belly there. Let us know in the comments below if you did or didn't. I'm assuming you did though. Excuse me, what's next? Okay, double taps. If you're seated, sitting tall, knee comes up twice. 1, 2, and then same on the other side. 1, 2. Do not collapse back when the knee comes up. You stay tall as the knee comes up, okay? No collapsing. If we're standing, balance time. So stand close to a wall if you have to, but you're going to go 1, 2, and then the same on the other side. 1, 2. Again, round 1, assess. Round 2, change something, okay? In 3, 2, 1, off we go. A double tap there, and a double tap there. Assess yourself. How is your balance? Are you better on one side or the other? Do you have to work on one side more than the other? Do you feel yourself toppling, losing your balance in one direction constantly or the other direction constantly? All these things are things to think about and assess and figure out the answer to. Okay, what have I written down here? Can't remember. Size of the movement. Oh my God. Okay, I'm going to do my damnedest to make this a bigger move if I can. You can change the size, change the speed, or change the complexity of the move. Try something, see what happens. In 3, 2, 1, off you go. So I'm going to try and make it a bigger move by reaching that knee a little bit higher. Now that is throwing me off balance a little bit more because I am having to really work hard to get that knee super high. And that is challenging my balance more than normal. Time. And the muscles as well, which is always a good thing. Well done. Okay, what's next? Oh yes, okay then. Everybody sat down with your ball. Everybody. We've done this one before again. The ball crunch. I'm liking this one. Trying to use our stomach muscles again. So we've got our ball, we're sat down. The ball is on top of our knees like so. We're going to lean forwards, forearms on the ball, like so, just resting there. Not resting very much actually, because then we're going to lean in and squeeze the ball hard while breathing and then relaxing. Again, when you do that squeezing, fingers crossed, you should hopefully feel your stomach muscles working. First round, give it a go, assess it. Are you ready? In 3, 2, 1, off you go. Squeeze, hold, breathe, and relax. Squeeze, hold, breathe, and relax. So we're trying to pop the ball. Crush the ball so much, we're going to try and pop it if we can. Squeezing, holding, breathing, and relaxing. And that's time. So, round 2. Second time's always better than the first time. We know this for a fact. What are you going to do differently? Are you going to change the speed, change the size, or change the complexity of the move? I'm going to change the speed. I'm going to regret this, but I am going to try and hold it down for the full 20 seconds. So I'm going to try and squish my stomach muscles hard and hold it the full 20 seconds. Are you ready? In 3, 2, 1, off we go. So for this one, I need to make sure that I keep breathing, because again, this is one potential place and time where if I hold my breath, I just explode like a big bomb. And again, seeing it happen, not good. Lots of mopping afterwards, terrible. I had to repaint the walls and everything. And relax. And yes, definitely I can feel that in my front half. I'm thinking belly especially, but the front half of my body, that works a hell of a lot more. I'm curious what you felt, what change you made. Let us know in the comments below. I am a curious chap. Many people tell me that. But hey. Okay, what's next? Ooh, squats. Squats and sit stands. If you are seated, now is your chance to stand up. Okay, put everything you got into a good quality stand. Feet tucked underneath you. Have any railings, have any walls, have any support, whatever you need to help you. Tilt the body forwards. But you've got 20 seconds worth of standing. Drive those feet hard into the ground. Heavy feet, and you stand up nice and tall. And then if you can, you either stay up there nice and tall, nice and stretched, or you sit back down and repeat. Your choice. But again, round 1 is assessment. If we're standing, well, it's squat time, isn't it? Feet apart, feet flat, sit our bum back down onto an imaginary chair and stand back up again. 20 seconds in 3, 2, 1. Away we go. Sitting back and down and standing up. So again, I say this all the time. I'll say it until you're all bored of me. We want to feel the work in our muscles, in our leg muscles here, not in the joints. If the muscles are doing the work and the muscles are stronger, they do the work so the joints don't have to. So strong muscles equals protected joints. Time. Okay, what are you going to do differently? What have I written down here? Oh God, no. Speed. Okay, I'm going to do mine slow. I'm going to try and stay down there. Okay. You change something. You change the speed, the size, the complexity of it. Go faster or slower, bigger or smaller, simple or more complicated. It's up to you. I'm going to try and stay down there. Are you ready? In 3, 2, 1. Off we go. So I am slowing things down and staying down there. I'm just holding myself in that position. You know those camping toilets you go to where it's basically a hole in the ground? Yeah, this is it. This is good practice for camping. Because we all want to go camping again soon, don't we? There we go. That's our 20 seconds. Give our legs a bit of a tactical waggle. Now again, fingers crossed you felt that in muscles, not joints. Okay. Ooh, penultimate exercise. Let me change my timer. Fast feet. Okay, so far we've been changing speed and size and complexity. This one, we're going to aim on maximizing speed. Okay, it's called fast feet for a reason, you know. So if you're seated, sit tall, obviously. It's a small move, but a fast move. Running on the spot, like so. Reason we stick this in, or the reason we keep us stuck in all the time is speed, reflexes, and ability to be able to do things quickly is vital. Being strong, being mobile is fantastic and is good, and we need it, but speed helps in so many ways. This is just one way of helping, a simple way of helping speedy legs in this case. If we're standing, it's the same idea. Running on the spot, small, fast movements, fast feet. Now, do not compare yourself to me or to somebody else or to other people. Compare yourself to yourself. How quick can you do it? 10 seconds worth. Fast feet in 3, 2, 1. Off we go. Small, quick moves. I don't mind if you're faster or slower than me, as long as you are going nice and quick. Okay, shake your legs off. We're going to go again. We're going to do round 2. Again, change something. I am going to try and go faster. I'm not sure if I can, but I'm going to try and go faster. That's an important thing. It doesn't matter whether we succeed or not. We attempt, we try. We think it through, we plan, we give it a go, we experiment, and let's see what happens. Round 2, in 3, 2, 1, off we go. It's a nice quick footwork, the best, quickest footwork that you can do. And time. Yep, warmed up nicely now. Okay, final exercise. Let me change the timer again before I forget. Shadow boxing. There's one purpose for this, and that purpose is to get out of breath. And as usual, I do not care whether you are seated or standing. I don't care at all, as long as you get out of breath. So if you're seated, nice and tall, fists up. You're going to punch high, you're going to punch low, punch around, up, down, whatever. But you're going to move, you're going to punch, you're going to shadow box. 3 rounds this is, 20 seconds each, okay? Of course, if you're standing, same thing, standing. Shadow boxing, but moving your feet as well if you can. Are you ready? Round 1, get out of breath. In 3, 2, 1, away we go. Everything revolves around getting our heart rate up, getting our breathing up, getting out of breath. Nicely, continuously, and keep going until the bell goes. That's round 1. So, change something now. Think about it and change something. Go faster, go slower, go bigger, smaller, more or less complicated. I'm going to be seated. Are you ready? In 3, 2, 1, off we go. So even though if we're seated, we can still move our arms, or we can move one arm, or we can twist our chest around. We can still do something. We think about how we can do this. Time. No matter what our limitation, we think on Thinking Thursday. We plan, we experiment, we try. Find out what we can do, because always something we can do. Third and final round. In 3, 2, 1, off you go. So moving our feet if we can, moving our hands, moving our body, driving the chest, the hips, everything round with these punches. Nice and quick, and moving, and time. Above all, huffing and puffing, hopefully. And then we have a breather. Well done. That is our Thinking Thursday. I hope, fingers crossed, you have got your body moving. Excuse me. I hope you've got your body moving there, as well as getting your brain working. Thinking Thursday is about more than just going through the motions. Excuse me. It's about more than just going through the motions. It is about getting our brain working and solving problems ourselves. Each and every one of us, excuse me, tickly throat. Each and every one of us has a limitation, a weakness, a problem we need to overcome. Now, we can just all hang about, wait and hope for it to happen. Probably won't. Or we can use our amazing brains and start planning and thinking and working it out for ourselves. You're not alone. We're all in it together. We're going to help each other with this. I will tell you any problems that I have solved. You will tell us. We're going to help each other. In the comments below, let each other know what does and does not work. We can do this together. We can solve these problems by working together. And that's what we do on Thinking Thursday. And don't forget, it's going to be Fitness Friday tomorrow. We're going to work really hard on getting you out of breath, staying out of breath, and then doing it often. 3 golden rules of fitness tomorrow. So don't leave me hanging. Make sure you're here, basically. 11 o'clock tomorrow. As always, we've got a share button down there. Please, you know what to do. Share away. We've got the website in the link in the description up there somewhere. It is reesefitness.co.uk/getmoving. Go have a look. We've got a bunch of answers and stuff over there. And you know, I'm professional. Despite what appearances might tell you otherwise, I am actually professional. I do this for a living. And who knows, maybe I can help you. Find out through the website up there. We've got a donate button kicking around. And it's a nice day out there. So every single one of you, thank you very much. Enjoy what you're going to do for the rest of the day. Whatever it is you're going to do it with a smile on your face. Help yourself, help each other. And we'll see you again tomorrow. I'm going to have a drink now because I've got a tickly throat. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.